Hey there, BookTube, me again.
She's got the curls, pearls, and other worlds. She's making videos for all you boys and girls.
I've got a pretty big book haul for you today. I certainly did not intend to buy this many books this month, but I ran into some amazing deals and I think I got some pretty fantastic books and I'm really excited to show them to you guys, so let's get going. I'm going to start off with the books that I bought from my local library sale. Oddly enough, I don't actually have my library card for this library yet because, again, I just moved here, but I knew that they were having a sale because it was sort of advertised around town, and wow. Okay, I got all hardbacks and all in like fantastic condition, and I got them all for $2 a piece, I think, or $1 a piece. It doesn't matter either way. That's like the first book that I have is She's Come Undone by Wally Lamb, and as you can see, like, I don't even think this book has been read. Like, it's in such perfect condition and it's got a really nice feeling dust jacket, and I think it's about a young girl who goes through some struggles early on in life, and she's facing obesity and things like that, so that'll be interesting. The next book that I got was The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Now, when I picked this up, I knew that it sounded really familiar to me. I'm sorry, am I blinding you with this? When I picked it up, I knew it sounded really familiar to me. It has a really pretty cover and a really pretty spine. If that's not blinding you, I don't know. And it turns out it is the last in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, or trilogy rather. I think the author passed away before he could complete the series. So I think I will probably be getting the first book before I read this one, but nevertheless, it looks gorgeous on my shelf, and I know that that's not the only reason to buy a book, but it does, and it was a steal, so I bought it. The final book that I bought from the library was White Oleander by Jane Finch, and oh my gosh, what a gorgeous cover, what a beautiful book. And I'm so excited to read it. I've heard so much about this novel. Really the only thing I know about the plot is that it's about a girl and her mother, I think, and one of them commits murder, and I think it's probably, given the name, I think it's probably set in the Deep South, which excites me, and it sounds so good. And on the back, it says, "This is what you're after when you're browsing the shelves for something good to read. White Oleander is a siren song of a novel, seducing the reader with its story, its language, and perhaps most of all, with its utterly believable and remarkably diverse characters." So, ooh, does this not sound amazing? The next 4 books I picked up were all from like a local department store type thing, that they had like this big shelf of like discount books, and it's sort of like the books that you get on Book Outlet where they'll be selling them because of something like this on the bottom. If you can see this little mark here, and that's literally all that is wrong with these books. They're all gorgeous hardcover, and I think I got them for like 50 cents a piece, and just look how beautiful they all look on the shelf next to each other. So pretty. So let me show you what these are. The first one I picked up was Sweetly by Jackson Pierce, and oh my gosh, first of all, can we talk about how like beautifully creepy this cover is? And it is a retelling of Hansel and Gretel, and the main characters are called Gretchen and Ansel, and oh, this makes me really excited to read. Like, oh, it looks so good and creepy, and The next book I picked up, which I later found out is a middle grade book, but I don't care, it's still really pretty, and for 50 cents, why would you not buy it, is called Kimchi and Calamari by Rose Kent. And once I found out what this book was about, I wasn't like that enthused about it, because I another YouTuber and I, Kindle Reads, were sort of having a discussion in the comments of one of her latest videos, which I'll link in the description, that you don't really see much diversity in novels these days, and especially in the YA genre. And we were talking about how we don't like it when a book tries to be diverse and talk about race and people's culture, and it comes off as unintentionally racist. And I think this book might do that a little bit. It's about, I believe, a Korean young protagonist who was adopted by a Italian family, and he's trying to come to terms with that and, you know, find out more about his heritage, which he isn't very excited about. And so, yeah. The next book I bought, which is also really pretty. I'm sorry. I didn't buy all of these just for their cover, I promise. It's really pretty, and it's like all embossed on the front and like shiny, and then but also matte, and oh, it's really pretty. It's called Electric Barracuda by Tim Dorsey, and I believe it's like a mystery thriller comedy all wrapped up in one, and it sounds really good. And the last book I picked up was Strawberry Fields by this author. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. And it's a beautiful book, and it really looked like something that I'd be interested in. It's about immigrant workers working in strawberry fields, and as the name suggests, and it sounded really good, and it caught my eye, and so I picked it up. Now, this last big stack of books I picked up from a local charity shop called the Restore, which I love that name. It takes in it's like a thrift store, basically. People bring their furniture mostly, and there's a huge section of books, which I think they're constantly getting in new books. So like, I'm going to be going back there every week because I got all of these books. Some books were regularly priced at $2, and some of them were priced at $1, and I went there on a day that they were all half off of that. So like, holy smokes, blow me out of the water, like, whoa now. So I got quite a few, and I'm pretty excited about them. And it goes to all the proceeds go to a really good cause, because all the money that they make from the store goes to actually rebuilding people's homes for them. And I think they take in like single mothers and things like that that may have kids and are living in their car, and they will just build a house for them. And I love that. I think that is the best charity ever, and I'd love to work with them more. And so here are the books that I bought from them. The first one I picked up because it caught my eye. Look how beautiful that is. It doesn't have any words anywhere, anything on the spine, and I thought, is this a journal? And then I opened it up and saw, no, it is a book of like little proverbs from all different countries, from all different time periods, and it's in alphabetical order. So you can look, what you do is you look up a word like, let me find a word. You look up a word like liar, and you see this English proverb, liars should have good memories. Or this Chinese proverb about light, and it says, the light of 100 stars does not equal the light of the moon. And it's like completely full of quotes like that, and it's beautiful. And oh, I could read this all day, and I love it. And yes, I'm sorry, I can't stop reading it. Okay, I'm gonna put it down. The next book I bought is called The Book of Night Women by Marlon James, and what attracted me to this book was this beautiful spine, oh my goodness. And then I pulled it out and I started reading the inside cover, and I got so excited. This is about, I think, slave women working on a plantation in Jamaica, a plantation, sugar plantation, and they are sort of plotting to all escape in the night, and I think it is about their successes and their downfalls and things like that, and the book is gorgeous, and yes, so really excited to get to this. The next book I bought, which now I am really excited about, again, what got me was the beautiful spine to this. It is called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and a lady actually stopped me while I was checking out from buying these books, and she was telling me how much she loves it and how much she absolutely loved the movie, and I was like, what? Because I'd never even heard of this book, let alone the movie, and apparently John Cusack stars in it, and I love me some John Cusack, so excited to read this. It's actually non-fiction, but everywhere on the book it says that it reads like a fiction novel, and it is about Louisiana in like 1981, I think, and it's just about the Old South, and I think there might be murder and like voodoo. I don't know. It sounds really good. The next book I picked up from there is The Celebrated Jumping Frog and Other Stories by Mark Twain, and it's basically just a huge book of short stories by Mark Twain, and it's really pretty, and like, I was so excited to find it. This next book, which I was really excited to see on the spine. First, all I saw was the spine sitting on the shelf, and it says Quiet, the power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking, and I was like, yes, sold. I don't even need to know anything about this book. And apparently it was a New York Times bestseller, and the cover is like so nice and matte. The only thing that I hate is that someone had put a price sticker right here on front that I can't quite get off, and oh my gosh, that annoys the heck out of me, but it's okay. I get it for like 50 cents. I'll get over it. So yes, and it's by Susan Cain, and I'm really excited to read this because I may be a little bit of an introvert. I'm as introverted as it gets, actually. The next book I got, which sounds really interesting, and it is really interestingly, or more ironically, titled. It is called The Novel by James A. Michener, and it's got a nice little photo of the author on the back, looking all smug, and I think it's like some type of mystery thriller or something like that. It's actually about, I was reading a little bit about it, it's about a writer and his publicist and his critic all get like kidnapped together or something like that, and that sounds amazing, so I can't wait to get to that. The next book I got, which I had read a few years ago from my local library back in Tennessee, is Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly. And this book is in absolutely perfect condition, nothing wrong with it at all, and it is so fantastic. And she finds a letter from another girl also named Andy. I think her name is also Andy. Maybe it's not Andy, maybe it's something else. But she is from France during the French Revolution, and there's some sort of time travel-y-ish, not really things, spoilery things that happen, and it's a fantastic book. It's so good, and it's got these beautiful deckled edges. I know some people, is it called deckled or beveled? What is it? Deckled? I'm gonna go with deckled. Anyway, I know some people don't like these, but I do. I think they give a book texture and character. If you don't like them, let me know in the comments, and tell me why you don't like them, or if you do like them, tell me why you like them. The last book I got, which I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I hadn't heard of it, and when I found it, I was like, oh my gosh, like it blew my mind because this book sounds right up my alley. It is called Nevermore, and if you'll notice on this gorgeous cover, it has this beautiful black raven on the front, and he looks like he's kind of sort of hanging out in the back streets of London, and it's sort of dimly lit, and like, oh, look at the spine, it's so pretty. It is, I think, a slightly fictionalized biography of Edgar Allan Poe, and oh my gosh, like, that is right up my alley, and it sounds so good, and I'm gonna be getting this like so soon, you don't even know. I'm really excited to read it. So that was my book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to sort of speed it up a little bit and get through it pretty quick because I had quite a few books, but I mean, I had a really great buying month. I'm not going to buy any more books this month because my birthday is at the beginning of April, so hopefully I'll be getting some books for my birthday, but we will see. And thank you for watching. Catch you later, BookTube.